Welcome everyone. In this video we're going to learn how to play Bandit. Bandit is a game that we're supposed to SSH to a remote server, and in each level we're supposed to search for a file that contains a hidden password. So we need to retrieve this password in order to advance to the next level. If you head over to this website at overthewire.org, I'm going to put this link in the description. In level 1, we see that the goal of this level is for you to log into the game using SSH. So you need to know how to use SSH. And they're giving you the host address, the port number, and the username and the password for level 0. And they are giving you here some helpful material. It tells you how to SSH. I'm going to show you this now. So I'm using Windows, but I'm also running a virtual machine. So I have Ubuntu open here, and I'm also going to show you how to use the Windows command prompt. So in order to open the command prompt, you go to click on search and type CMD, and then you click and the command prompt will open for you. So you can use either or. I'm going to make this smaller. If you're using the virtual machine, open a terminal, search for a terminal, open the terminal, and let's try to SSH to level 0. So in order to SSH, if I'm running Windows 10, so Windows 10, you're able to use SSH. If you're using Windows, anything else but anything lower than Windows 10, you can use PuTTY, or you should run a virtual machine like an Ubuntu machine or CentOS OS, whatever you like. To SSH to the first level, we're going to use the SSH command. This is Windows, and we're going to use the option -P to select the port number, which is 2220, and then we need to put the username. Username is Bandit 0 at, then the host name is after, so Bandit labs that over the wire.org. Bandit labs that over the wire.org. Let's hit enter. And now it's asking for the password. So the password is also Bandit 0. Even if you type, it's not going to show you the password here. This is for security purpose. So hit enter, and you can see that we are able to log in to the server. Now that we're on the server, we can check our location by using pwd, and we see that we are located at /home/bandit0, and you can also see it here at the bottom. I'm going to do the same on my virtual machine. So I'm going to use SSH -P 2220. Again, first the username, which is Bandit 0 at Bandit labs over the wire.org. Hit enter. Say yes, and type the password Bandit 0. And as you can see, we are logged in. Now we logged into the level 0. We can come back and advance to level 0 to 1. And it says the password for the next level is stored in a file called readme, located in the home directory. Use the password to log into Bandit using SSH. Whenever you find a password for the level, use SSH.port 2220 to log into that level and continue the game. Okay, so right now we are located at, we said, /home/bandit 0. So if we do ls to see what's on the current directory, we see that we have that file readme. If you see here, this is some of the commands that will help you solve the level. So I use pwd just to look at where I'm located. Pwd stands for print working directory. That will show you the full path or your location on the file system. I also use ls, which will list everything that is in the current directory if I just do ls by itself. And in order to see the content of the readme file, we can use cat, which is also here in the commands that you might need. So if we do cat readme, hit enter, we see this letters and numbers here, which is our password to log into the next level. So I'm gonna double click on this, right click and copy to copy this password, and I'm gonna type exit to get out of this level. I'm gonna get out from the server. So I log out, the connection was closed, I'm back on my terminal. If I do pwd, you can see that I'm on my current virtual machine. Now we're gonna use this password to log into the next level. If we go here to level 1 and come back to our virtual machine, we're going to try to log into level 1. So we need to, again, do SSH and the port number 2220. Now we're going to log into level 1, so it's Bandit 1 at Bandit that over Bandit labs that over the wire .org. If you hit enter, it's gonna prompt you for the password. I'm gonna right click, click paste, and hit enter. And as you can see, I'm logged into level 1. So that password was successful. That's the password we need to log into level 1. Now that we are logged in, we can start searching for the next password for level 2. In level 1, it says the password for the next level is stored in a file called /. Let me zoom in on this real quick so you can see this a little better, and maybe I can zoom in on my prompt. Maybe this is too big. Let me make this a little smaller so I can make this bigger. That won't work. Let me see. Okay, it's not letting me zoom in on this window. What we're gonna do is, in this level, we're going to search for a file, and the name of this file is just a dash, as you can see here. It also says that it's located in the home directory, so let's look at our location. So we are at our home directory. Let's do an ls again to see which files do we have, or directories. So we see that we have the dash file here. If we try to do the same that we did in the previous level, we do cat dash, this won't work. The prompt is gonna still waiting. It's gonna be waiting for you to continue typing or to insert another command. So in order to get out of this, hit Control C to cancel that. If you see here in helpful reading materials, it's going to give you a link to Google search for dash file names and Advanced Scripting Guide Chapter 3. There's another link to another material for you to read. If we click on this, let me just open this on another tab. Is the first link here, it says how to open dash file using terminal. If we go here, it's going to send it to a Stack Overflow, and we see an accepted answer here. It's telling you to pretty much use the /. This is the not the full path, this is the relative path to the file in order to cat the content of this file. So let's go back to the terminal and let's try this. Let's do cat // and then the dash, which is the name of the file, and hit enter. And as we can see, we were able to print the content of this file. So now you know that if you need to print any file that starts with a dash, you need to append the relative path, the // in front of it before catting the content of this file. So I'm going to double click again on this, right click and copy, and I'm going to type exit. As you can see, I log out, the connection was closed. I'm going to hit up on my keyboard to go back in the history and see the last command that I used, and I'm just going to delete the 1 here from the username and put it 2 and hit enter. It's going to prime it for the password. I'm going to right click paste, hit enter, and as you can see, we're logged into level 2 of Bandit. Let's go back to this link here. So now we can go to level 2. Level 2, still loading. Okay, it took a few seconds. For level 2, it says the password for the next level is stored in a file called spaces in this file name, located in the home directory. So again, let's look at where we are located. So pwd, we are at the home directory. We're going to do again our ls to see what we have in this location, and as you can see, we have a file with the name spaces in this file name. So that's the name of the file, and as you can see, there are spaces in this file name. If we try to just cat this file name, if we do cat space and then we start typing spaces, and if we hit tab, it's going to complete the file name for us, and it's going to fill the spaces with a escape character. this backslash is meaning that we're going to escape this spaces. So it completed the file name for us. If we hit enter, we can see that we have our password. We were able to print this content of this file. Another way that you can try is to type cat, and you can wrap the file name in quotes. So you can type spaces, you can do your space here in this file name. We hit enter, we see that we get the same password or the same output from the password. So now you have two different ways of printing the content of this file with spaces. In Linux, we try not to have file names with spaces. We prefer to use underscores instead of have spaces for the file names. So I'm going to double click and copy this. I'm going to type exit, and the connection was closed. I'm back to my virtual machine. Now we can advance to level 3. Level 3 says the password for the next level is stored in a hidden file in the in here directory. So let's go and SSH to level 3. So again, I hit up on my keyboard to go back to the last command that I input, and I'm going to delete the number 2, put a 3, and hit enter. Again, it's going to prompt me for the password. Right click and paste the password, hit enter, and as you can see, Bandit 3, we are logged in. We are ready to search for the file name in here, but it's a hidden file. Okay, so it's not telling us. It says the password for the next level is stored in a hidden file in the in here directory. Okay, so the file is in the in here directory. So let's do pwd again, let's do ls to see what we have here, and we can see that we have the in here directory in this location. Let's use the cd command to navigate inside this in here directory. If we do pwd, we can see that we are inside the in here directory. If we do ls to see the content of this directory, we can see that there's nothing inside this directory. But remember, this file is hidden, and hidden files, in order to see hidden files, we need to use an option in the ls command. So we do ls -a, and -a will allow us to see the hidden files and directory. If we hit enter, we can see that we have 2 directories and a hidden file, which the name is hidden. Hidden files and directories, they start with a dot in the front. So now we are able to do cat dot hidden. We hit enter, we can see our password to advance to the next level. Again, I'm going to double click and copy. I'm going to type exit to get out of this level. I'm going to hit up, delete the number 3, add a number 4, hit enter, paste the password, hit enter, and we're logged into level 4. Let's click here, level 4, to see what we need to do here. On level 4, it says the password for the next level is stored in the only human readable file in the in here directory. Tip: if your terminal is messed up, try try the reset command. Okay, so again we need to search for a file that is the only human readable file inside the in here directory. Again, let's do pwd, see where we are. Let's do ls to see the content of the current position, the location that we are. We see again the in here directory. We do cd in here, the pwd, we can see that we are inside the in here directory. If we do ls, we can see that we have 10 files. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we have 10 files, and we need to find our password is inside one of these 10 files. Of course, you can, if you notice, these files, they start with a dash in the front. So if we try to do cat dash file 00, we are gonna get an error or invalid option because it's thinking we're giving cat an option. So we need to use the relative path, so that / and then when we hit enter, we can see the output of this file. That is all these icons and symbols here. We can actually just cat every single file, you know, like go back and cat one now, and we can see the output of this file and go through all of them until we find our password. But this is not what we should actually do. We should try to use another one of these commands, and the command that we can use is to help us find this file is actually called file, the file command. In here they gave us a hint that is the only human readable file. So one of these 10 files is human readable because this output here we cannot read what this means. So to use the file command, if we do file, let's do man file to see what this command does. We can see that this command, it's not getting any bigger, okay. This command determines the file type. So it would tell you file would test each argument in an attempt to classify it. And how to use this command, you do file, you put your options, and then you insert the file that you want to test. If we press Q to quit, let's try to use the file command. So we do file, not file, and we do that / dash file 00, hit enter. It will give us this output, data. If we take a look at what the other ones will give us, we do 1, also give us data, and we already saw the outputs of this file. So it contains some mumbo jumbo symbols here. So maybe this is not what we want. This type of file content is not what we want. Let's keep testing file 2. We get the same output. File 3, same output. 4, same output. 5, same output. We're kind of doing the same thing of catting each file, but we're learning how to use the file command, and we're going to use this command later in another level. Let's continue with 6 and say now put 7. If you can see, 7 gave us a different output. It says ASCII text. So ASCII, the ASCII table is human readable. So this is a file that should contain human readable content. So let's try to cat this file 7. So type cat /file 07, and we can see that our password is indeed located in file 7. Again, let's double click and copy this password, type exit to get out of this level. I'm gonna type clear to clear my terminal and go up again on my command history, go up one more time and delete this, go to number 5, level 5 of Bandit, and right click and paste our password, hit enter, and as you can see we are able to log into level 5. Now level 5, it says the password for the next level is stored in a file somewhere under the in here directory. So again, the file is somewhere in this directory and has all the following properties. So this file that we're supposed to find, is human readable, is 1033 bytes in size, and it's not an executable file. So it's a regular file. Alright, so let's try to find this file. If we do a pwd to see where we're located and ls to see what we have here, we can see that we have the in here directory again. Let's navigate to this directory. See that we are in here. Let's do an ls. And as you can see, we have 20 different directories. If you're using Ubuntu, the directories there are going to be blue colors and the files are going to be I believe it's just white. I'm going to see this right now. It depends if you're using Ubuntu or if you are using the command prompt, the colors could be different, or it could have no colors at all, just white, black and white. Okay, so the file that we're looking for is inside one of these directories. Again, we can cd into one of these directories, 0, and we can do an ls. But now we can see that each directory contains different files. Regular files are white in Ubuntu and executables are green. If we do an ls-l, we can see that the green ones are executable and the white ones are not executable, so it doesn't have the X here. But if we go over each file in each directory, this is going to take a long time. This is not what we should do. We should try to use another one of these commands that they are giving us here in order to find our file with our password. So let's go back to the in here directory. Right now I'm in the 00 directory. If we do cd ... to go back, now I'm in the in here directory again. Let's do an ls again. We have our 20 directories. So let's see which command can we use to find this file, to help us find this file. In the previous level, we used the file just to test for a file, but now we are going to have to try to use the find command. Sorry about that. That was Alexa. Cancel that.
Sorry, there is nothing for you to resume.
Okay. If we do a man find to see how this command works, the find command, we can see that the find command search for files in a directory hierarchy. And if we scroll down, we can see some of the options that we can use with the find command. And some of the hints that they give us, or the information that they give us here, is that the file is human readable. If we search for an option that can help us identify a human readable file, we can scroll down to let's see what we have here. We can see this option here, executable, matches file which are executables and directories which are searchable. We can use this option as well, but let's continue looking for a file. You can search by name, but we don't know the name of this file. We can also search by, we can use this option here, readable, matches files that are readable. So this is one of the options that we can use. And for the size, we can see that here we can search for the size of the file, and we should use the option C for bytes, because they're giving us the byte size of the file. So I think we have our 3 options that we need to search for. Let's hit Q to exit, and let's try to use this find command. So the way we use the find command is we type find. Since we're located in the in here and we want to search everything inside the in here directory, we can use the dot, which means search here in the location that we are here. And where we are is in home Bandit 5 in here. So we tell the find command search from this location and everything inside this location for we need to search for a file, which is, let's use the dash readable okay, can spell. If we use this command and this readable option and we hit enter, we get a bunch of files. Get a bunch of files here. So just by using the readable is not going to be enough. Let's hit up on the keyboard and let's add the executable. Remember, there was a dash executable option that we were able to use, but in here it says it's not executable. So we can neglect this executable command by appending exclamation in front of it. So this would be a file that is not executable. So this exclamation would be on the executable option. So it's gonna search for something that is not executable. Let's try this. Let's hit enter. And as you can see, we still get a whole bunch of files. So a little less, than with the just readable option. It's a little less, but still, we're still getting a lot of files. Now let's try to add the size option. And we said we need to use the C for bytes, so it's 1033 C for bytes. And when we hit enter, we can see that only one file returns, and it's located at the directory maybe here 07, and the file is file.file2. If we try to cat this file to see the content, we can do cat that may, hit tab to complete, maybe here 07 / that file 2, and hit enter. We can see this file has a password here and a lot of white space or empty space here, just spaces. And if we copy this, and we're going to try to use this password to log into level 6. Let's type exit. We are log out from Bandit. Let's hit up on our keyboard. Try to use this password to go to level 6. It's gonna prompt us again for the password. Right click and paste. Hit enter. And we are logged into level 6. So these were the first 5 levels of Bandit. I hope that for now you can continue working on this game. If you need help to find out how one of the commands here works, remember to use the man pages. Do man du, which is a estimate the file space usage. The description is summarize this usage of a set of files recursively for directories. And then you search for the options that will give you here based on the information that level 6 will give you for the next level. If you like this video, don't forget to comment and like the video. Let me know what you think, and I hope I was able to help you understand what this Bandit game is about, how to get started, and leave a comment, see how far can you get. You have 34 levels to clear. Enjoy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next video.